Isan. The northeast region of Thailand is home to 23 million people. This year, around 33,000 teenagers here will give birth, and up to 3 times as many will get an abortion. The Light Center is one of only 2 crisis pregnancy centers in the entire region.
When I found out I was pregnant, and when I gave birth, I had nowhere to turn. I was in the middle of my college midterm exams. I was in a lot of pain from the contractions, but I was able to drive my motorcycle to give birth at the hospital. After I had given birth, I had to hurry back to school to finish the midterms. A week later, I met a nurse who wanted to help me. She called some of her friends to the maternity ward, so they came to help me. I had never heard of the Light Center before, but I hoped that someone would come help me. And then Marcus and Boom and the team from the Light Center came to visit. I told them about how the baby's father did not want anything to do with the baby from the very beginning. And then my own father came to visit me at the hospital. He was very angry with me. He asked me, why didn't you just get an abortion? He told me that I should get rid of the baby now, that I should give her to a government orphanage, that I should just finish my studies, and then I can get a good job and make money, and then I can support them. He wouldn't even look at his granddaughter. After I moved to the Light Center, I shared with Marcus and Boom that I was under so much pressure after giving birth. I didn't have a path forward. I planned to try and kill myself or abandon my baby at the hospital. But now I am set to graduate next May. Today my daughter is growing up in a community surrounded by love and hope.
ฉันคิดว่าฉันท้องและต้องออกจากโรงเรียน
ฉันถูกข่มขืนโดยคนข้างบ้าน
ฉันคิดว่าฉันติดโรคจากเพศสัมพันธ์
When a teen pregnancy becomes public, girls are usually forced out of school for being a bad example. Sometimes their own parents reject them, and they are left abandoned by the people they thought loved them most. With no money, no education, and no idea what to do with their child, all hope seems lost. The Light Center wants to give them that hope back.
After a couple years of planning, we finally opened in 2015. We knew the teen pregnancy statistics when we started, so we had an idea of the scope of what we were getting ourselves into, but we didn't expect things to happen quite as fast as they did. We started advertising on Facebook with a little ad that just said, "Unexpected pregnancy and need help? Come counsel with us." And after just 1 week, we had to shut it off because 23 people quickly reached out to us. And that was just in a 2-hour radius of where we are today, not even the entire region where there's only one other crisis pregnancy center. We heard so many heartbreaking stories, and it was obvious that we had opened a door to the hearts of many people who just needed somebody to talk to. In many cases, Boom was able to advise them online, but with others, it was obvious that they needed more help than just a Facebook conversation.
We don't have medical team on staff, so we offered to take them in for the doctor visit. In every case so far, not one person has seen a doctor because they had no money and were scared someone would find out they were pregnant. I was talking to one girl for several weeks who was around 8 months pregnant, but she refused to go see a doctor and didn't want to meet in person. I finally convinced her to go, and on the day of her appointment, she texted me and said she was in extreme pain. She refused to call an ambulance and asked us to go pick her up. She gave us her address and we went to find her. When we got to the hospital, her contractions were 2 minutes apart and she gave birth 30 minutes later. That morning, she had told me she didn't want her baby. She didn't want to see him or even give him her own breast milk. But after she held him for the first time, she changed her mind. She asked if I would help choose his name. And little Timothy was released from the hospital after a few weeks in the NICU. They are together with us at the Light Center. Our hope is in Jesus Christ, and we want to give that hope to young women who feel hopeless. There is a way for them to choose life and keep their baby. It is possible to graduate, they do have a future, and they can pursue their dreams. Sometimes all they need is someone to guide them down the right path. Sometimes all they need is a little hope.